Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Taurus, you get a 6 of Pentacles for your very first card. This is something manifesting in your life. This card is ruled by the moon in Taurus, right? This is you manifesting everything in your world that you really want. You know, this is kind of like living in your dream home. This is being in your dream like office, or you know what I mean, like your environment is going to be exactly how you would picture it. You know, this is a lot of success. This is you really stepping into something that you really, really, really have been wanting. It could be a business thing. It could be an office. It could be a new job, a new home. It could be a new relationship. I feel like everything's coming together to bring this into your life. Yeah. And it really is like your heart's desire. It's almost like somebody gives you this gift and you just think, how did you know I wanted that? You know, but it's the universe giving you this gift. It's spirit, manifesting this with you, not for you. It's not so much a gift, right? Because you're creating it too. You know, you're doing it in tandem with spirit. Let's put it into some context. Let's see a little bit more about what's going on here. We've got the 8 of Cups here. I think we've been starting to lose a little bit of hope on this thing. This is almost the idea that, you know, you don't think that your person is going to give you the gift that you really want for, you know, the holiday that's coming up. But then you get very pleasantly surprised that they give you the gift that maybe you didn't even know you wanted, right? I think it's a little bit more than that. So we've got a 4 of Pentacles here. I feel like you have everything you need, right? I feel like this is more like above and beyond just the kind of basic necessities. We have some good Capricorn energy here in these two cards. And we end with the Emperor. That's very nice. It's almost as if you're, I don't know if it's a business or something, but there's definitely a leadership opportunity for you here. We have leadership, we have strength here at the top of the path. And this is both paths. Strength over here, we've got the Emperor over here. This is very nice. I feel like it's something that maybe you started to give up hope on, but then boom, here it is, right? And so this is kind of, you know, this is that jackpot. And I think your life is really changing after this because you're having to step up and really kind of take control over this. I don't know, if maybe somebody's giving you a new car, right? Something where you're going to be in the driver's seat of this thing. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card. This is the bonus card, confirmation card. This is going to be a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. That we're just going to set down over here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. Happy little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. You know, it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Yeah. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. We see a little bit of a need for intuition, I think, in the reading today. We don't have a heck of a lot of water energy. We've got the Queen of Cups here and the 8 of Cups. There's something going on with your parents. I don't know if I don't know if they're still with you or not, but I feel like there's I feel like there's some sort of an issue there. I don't know if it's some tension, if it's something to do maybe with the family home or with the family finances perhaps, but there's some kind of like, I'm feeling that there's some kind of just tension there. There's some sort of an issue. There's some sort of a difficulty that you have to sort out, right? Something kind of needs your attention with the family stuff. Yeah, I don't know if maybe mom and dad are getting older and we're thinking about, their home or where they're going to, what's kind of going on with them in terms of their living situation or their finances, or maybe they're needing a little bit more help nowadays, right? So I think that's part of your life, part of your situation. But let's look at the Nine of Wands first. It's at the top of the path of the dove. This is really your strength and commitment. This is that really enduring Taurus energy. It's like you can be tasked with a million things, a million responsibilities, and somehow each one gets full energy from you. And this tells me a couple things. One, that people really do rely on you for a lot. Yeah. I feel like you're a source of strength for a lot of people in your life. And I think that with something, with the family thing that's going on, I think that is kind of, you're being relied on a lot there. This card is up above. So it's like, this is really a kind of a central focus of things. And I wonder if maybe you're starting to notice this, that you're there for everybody. And, down here with the Four of Pentacles, you've got a pretty stable situation. You've got everything you need in life. But maybe what we're seeing here, especially with this, and I'm thinking of this, it's time for you to get more out of life, right? Always being there for others, always being everybody's kind of rock, being the leader, really. Always being the one to make the tough decisions, to take on the heavy burdens, to do most of the pulling, most of the carrying, most of the heavy lifting. I think you're starting to realize there is that moon energy down there at the bottom. You're starting to realize that you need more in your life. And maybe that more is, a focus on spirituality, a focus on kind of manifesting more of your dreams beyond the necessities. Right? This is that part of life that's going to come and go. There's going to be lean years and fat years, We want something a little bit more than that. We want the depth of experience. We want the richness of life. And I think you're really starting to get in touch with what it is that you really do want, You have this ability, I think, to really accomplish anything that you put your mind to. I think that you've been giving and giving and giving. Yeah. And it really is because I think that there is maybe it's the older female energy in your life, could be a mother figure, that they really need a lot, right? Whoever this person might be, maybe they have passed somewhat recently. If they have, I'm truly sorry for that. You have my condolences. But I feel like there was somebody that really needed a lot from you. Yeah, I don't know if you took care of them or if you were kind of the one to help them with the bills and household stuff and, a lot of just kind of daily things, And I don't know if they have passed, maybe now there's that responsibility is suddenly gone. And it might leave us with a little bit of this emotional, a vacuum, this kind of empty space in our emotional life. And that might be part of this Eight of Cups that we see here. And maybe now we're looking for what we need to kind of fill this in. Now that there's this kind of power vacuum in your life, what do we want to do? What is our Six of Pentacles? What is the kind of beauty and harmony in your life that you really are looking for? Yeah. And maybe this is you finally starting that business or that creative project or that spiritual practice, right? Finally starting that family or focusing on family stuff or, romance or just focusing on friends more, whatever that thing might be for you. I think it's happening. I think it's coming. Spirit's showing me a car accident. I don't know if that's related or if that's something from the past or if that's something that is also just kind of a confirmation or a validation of the energy that we're in. I don't know if it was you or somebody else was in a car accident but needed a lot of physical therapy and a lot of care afterwards. I feel like that person made a recovery, but I feel like they needed a lot during that time. Maybe it was you. And maybe that's why you're kind of paying it forward or returning the favor because you received a lot of care in that way, and now you're doing the right thing and you're taking care of others, right? Something like that. Yeah. I'm also getting an M name, Mary or Marie or something like that. Okay. Six of Pentacles. This is your round table. This is your feast. This is your banquet. What is this going to be for you? What is this beautiful, harmonious life, this moment really, that you want to create? Maybe this is the business. Maybe this is the creative endeavors. Maybe this is, finally focusing on your spiritual practices with, just kind of more time and effort into it. But whatever it may be, I feel like this is coming your way. This is your jackpot, right? And this is that feast, right? And it doesn't last forever. It needs to be maintained. There's going to be difficulties that come after this. It's only a 6, right? But the 6 is really it's that moment that we want to never end. Yeah. This is that feeling that everything right now is absolutely wonderful and perfect. I wish it would never end. Yeah. So let's focus on this. What is that moment? What is that going to be? What does that feel like? Right? And maybe we don't know exactly. It's like that moment where you hit the lottery and it's like everything is so wonderful in this moment. Well, then the next day comes, you got to travel to the lottery office or whatever. You got to pay the taxes. You've got to figure out what to do with all this money. Maybe you got to do the press thing or get your picture taken. I don't know what happens. I've never won the lottery. I've never really won anything, to be honest with you. I did win some tickets to a San Francisco Giants baseball game. I was on the radio when I was like 13 years old. And I won a couple of baseball tickets. I was never able to go to that game because my parents wouldn't let me and they wouldn't take me. But I did win the tickets. But anyway, I digress. This is something that you want in your life more than the basic needs. See, we've got the 4 of Pentacles here. And this is the foundation. This is your stability. This is like you take care of your responsibilities. Well, now you kind of deserve something a little bit bigger, a little bit greater, a little bit more like a feast. You just have your kind of, your healthy meals every day. Sometimes you got to indulge, right? Sometimes you really need something that is feels like a celebration. It feels like a feast, feels like a feast. And this, again, it kind of looks like that round table. It's just everything is kind of in harmony. Everything is in alignment. Maybe this is all the family members finally getting together and just having a nice time, maybe at a restaurant or at somebody's house having a meal. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's arguing. There's nothing to worry about. Everybody's just having a great time, Maybe it's something like that. But I feel like the 6 of Pentacles is really everything in your life is aligning right now. This is the right time for you to focus on what those deep soul desires are for you. It's not time to put them off for later. It's not time to say, I've got other things I got to do. The time is now. Everything's coming together to give you this window of opportunity to manifest your kind of deepest desires, And with the 8 of Cups, I feel like maybe there was this resignation that you weren't going to kind of get that in life, That this wasn't meant for you. This is kind of a glass is half empty kind of feeling. But now maybe we're seeing that our glass is being filled up, that our cup's overflowing now, and it's a little bit unbelievable, really, right? It's we kind of maybe have to pinch ourselves to be like, is this really happening right now? It is. Yeah, it is. Interesting with the Mercury energy, the magician in the future position. I do think that there are some family members. Again, I feel like something's going on with the family where there's just some sort of friction right now. And I don't know if maybe you're supposed to be the mediator between something here. Or maybe if this is really just kind of you taking center stage and realizing that this is your time to shine, that this is your 15 minutes of fame or whatever you want to call it. It's time for you to be kind of in the spotlight and getting the attention, let's say, and I don't want to phrase it that way because maybe that sounds immature or something, but really, I mean, that's kind of what this card's about in a lot of ways. Getting the attention, right? You're the one on stage now. You're the one that's doing these things and everybody is focused on you. You're getting the rewards. You're getting the spotlight, You're in the limelight, so to speak. I don't know why they call it limelight. This also is the idea of communication. Yeah. So in some ways we have to communicate what we need. If to ourselves, to the universe, we have to speak these things out into the world, into reality, into the spirit world. It's kind of like, you have to make that announcement, make that declaration, take that oath, make that promise to yourself. You speak the word and, the word becomes manifested. Yeah. So it's like if we never firmly and concisely express what we want, then it's like we don't know, we're not attracting it. We're not going after it, and it's not coming to us, and we're not going to meet in the middle somewhere, It's like two people that haven't seen each other for a long, long time, running toward each other in the airport, and finally they're going to have that embrace. But if you don't know who you're looking for, you're going to just run and, hug random strangers or something. I don't know. Don't do that. I feel like people would get mad. So we have to be able to articulate what we want and kind of how we want our life to be, So I feel like that. I feel you're kind of arranging something like this. Spirit is meeting you halfway, and you're going to have this jackpot, and your life is changing, and now you're in the driver's seat. Like I said, this is kind of this is the card of travel. This is the traveler. Mercury is the lord of commerce and travel, and it might really be something related to commerce and travel for you. It could be that you are traveling for business, or that you're accepting a position in a faraway place, that's going to allow you to see the world, or to have experiences that you never thought were going to be for you. Now, I don't know if you're from a small town, if you've never really left that small town, but you will be. I think that's a big part of this. Maybe this is touring with a band, or with a book, or with some sort of art, or with a circus. I don't know. But I feel like this is a lot of movement, a lot of experience that you maybe never thought was for you, or you never thought you would really get to do that. Like, go on this adventure, I like this very much. Let's go to the path of the serpent now. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. This is some of that good, ambitious Capricorn energy. The Knight of Pentacles can see into the future and knows exactly what, it's looking at the Ten of Pentacles, really, right? And it's looking into the future. It's looking at our best life. It's looking at the Six of Cups, or the Six of Pentacles, but it's also looking beyond at the Ten of Pentacles. It knows what the kind of long-term goals are in life. This is that big jackpot, that big win, that big opportunity, that big feast day, the big holiday, perhaps. But the knight can see further than that. What's coming after? You know, it may be a big celebration, sure, but what about the next day? What about the next year? You know, so this is a card that says every thought, word, and deed right now, in the present moment, is right now creating that future, creating your future self. Literally every thought, word, and deed is the seed of our kind of karma, our future self, our future life. Okay? So we start looking at things this way, and I think now maybe you're able to kind of stop, take a beat, take a breath, and contemplate the future. Have this vision of the future. Maybe you've been so kind of wrapped up in your current present responsibilities, the family thing or whatever this is that's going on, that you never really thought about the future plans very much. Didn't have time, right? Or maybe you did, but it was kind of back burner stuff. Maybe we started to think, well, it's just, it's fantasy, right? But no, it's real now. Now it's like, okay, here you go. Here's your blank check. Here's your ticket. Where were you going again? And we've got all that feeling is coming back to us. All of this, the Eight of Cups, the glass half empty, starting to fill back up. And we're thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this now. This is going to happen. And then, of course, we've got the devil energy in the position of the environment. This is climbing that mountain, right? This is knowing what mountain we're climbing. And that's why we have to have both of these. Are both Capricorn energies. This is the archetype. This is the archetype kind of in practice, activated. We have to know what the mountain is. We have to be able to understand the difficulty of the mountain and what's on the other side of the mountain, or what's at the top, if you will. And then we really have to set about doing it. And then we basically have to just get started. So the devil energy is kind of a commitment. It's kind of mustering all of our forces and putting all of our creative efforts into, well, what is really at first going to be the Six of Pentacles. A lot of material success, a lot of it's the feast, it's the celebration, Maybe it's like a grand opening or something. But that's just that's one step. We can even look at the Six of Pentacles as being the base camp. Right? You're at the foot of the mountain, you're at base camp, you're celebrating. This is the last night, big celebration, and then tomorrow morning we start our heavy duty climb. Yeah. And so it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of the strength that you have here. Right? And this strength really comes from this lunar energy, which is you understanding and connecting with what it is you really want in life, your feelings, your desires, your deep soul desires. Yeah. That's what motivates this goat, right? And I feel like this is us really now taking advantage of this opportunity. Whatever this jackpot is, whatever the Six of Pentacles is, this is something that you're using to climb this mountain. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, seed money, or it's an investment, or it's some sort of big resource. And it could just be a spiritual, emotional resource. It could be. They are pentacles, though, so good chance it's financial or physical in some way. The next card, of course, is that Four of Swords, and this is really the only air energy that we have, the only swords cards. We have Mercury here with the communication. I wonder if there's something with the family here where you're mediating something, or kind of you're trying to get something sorted out with the family matters, right? By the way, that was a very good show. I used to watch that. But the Four of Swords is kind of like trying to arrange the affairs in such a way that you're not required to be there and to micromanage everything, day-to-day activities. Make the lawyer do it. Delegate some of the work. Tell people you got to solve your own problems sometimes, right? Maybe that's a little harsh. But the difficulty for you, now this card's in the position of the difficulty. The difficulty is for you to step away from this family situation. Yeah. And I say family, but I guess this could be a work dynamic or friends or something. I don't know. But it's difficult for you to kind of wash your hands of it. Or say, I've done my due diligence. I've taken care of my responsibility. I'm focusing on my fulfillment now. You know, it doesn't mean you're abandoning your friends or family. It just means that you can't be there every day doing every little single thing, micromanaging it all. Yeah. And this is going to be the most difficult thing for you, is to pull back some of that energy or that sense of obligation or responsibility that you have to be involved to that minute degree. Yeah. The Emperor card is next, and to me that's a very strong leader kind of energy. And I feel like this is a couple of things. One, I don't know that you are really supposed to be the leader of this whole thing, of the family thing, right? That for whatever reason you feel like you're in charge of everything. And we started our conversation talking about that, how you are kind of doing everything, you're doing all the heavy lifting. And I wonder if maybe that doesn't really need to be the case, right? Because the Emperor is someone that yes, is responsible for the entire realm. Maybe you do have responsibility, the power of attorney. Maybe you're the executor of something or whatever, right? Maybe you are in charge. But the Emperor doesn't literally go and do everything themselves. There's not enough hours in the day. So when we get to this level of life, I think you have to delegate. You have to trust other people to do certain things because you cannot do everything. Yeah. And even the Emperor sometimes needs a vacation, right? Sometimes. So I think that this is combined with the Magician energy. This is you kind of saying, look, yeah, we can figure out some arrangement here because I need some time to do my thing. I need some time to search my soul and live my life and climb my mountains and achieve my goals. I'm not abandoning the responsibilities or the family or whatever, but I need to take some time. I need to have a little bit more availability for myself, right? There needs to be a little bit more room there for you. But let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Let's see what Tiny Bob has for us today. I want to see some cups cards here. I want to see the cups being filled. I want a 9 or a 10 of cups. A 6 of cups would be all right. A 3 of cups, an ace of cups would be all right. But that's what I want to see, because right now we only have the 8 of cups, and I don't really much like the 8 of cups. But see, the 8 of cups isn't all bad, because at least it is the awareness and the recognition that something is missing from our lives, right? At least it's the awareness that I don't feel right about things, that I want more, right? So it's not all bad. But if you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right, let's see what we have. Another 4 of swords. It's hard for you to put those swords down. I feel like you've got I feel like your swords are like you're spinning a bunch of plates with them. I feel like you've got so many swords that they're just like they're touching everything. Yeah. And it's kind of, to me, it feels very meticulous. It feels very micromanaging. So I feel like it is hard for you to put those swords down. It's hard for you to relax and not worry about every single thing in this situation, if it's a family thing or a work thing or friends or whatever. It's hard for you not to feel like, this is the idea here. This card is giving me the feeling that even when you're on vacation or you're taking a spa day or you're taking a personal day, you're thinking about work. You're thinking about your responsibilities, And so you're not really relaxing. You might be getting a massage at the time, but you're not really relaxing, right? We need to do something with that. All right. We're going to look at the extended reading, and if you would like to check that out with me, click on the link that's up here in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday, but I'm here every day. Come on back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.